What's going on, everybody? Jamie here from FM Scout. Welcome to a brand new episode. This one is how to set up your Football Manager 2018 save. So a lot of people have been asking me how personally I set my saves up. Obviously I'm the Twitch streamer for FM Scout, so a lot of people who watch my streams kind of know how I set them up, and I've obviously gone through it in streams before. But you guys on YouTube, some people are wanting to know, and one of the reasons for it is we found a club called CF Dam. And this club was a Spanish lower league team, and if you didn't do a certain thing when you set the game up, you couldn't find the players. So I'm going to show you exactly how I set my saves up every time I start a new save. So the first thing that I do is I load every single nation up. So if I'm playing in England, I will obviously have England as playable. If I'm playing in, I don't know, Scotland, I will have Scotland as playable and everything else on view only. So this is the reason I do this, just so I can see other nations if people are requesting it in stream. That kind of stuff, but also just to see the leagues as well. So, it doesn't really affect you. Obviously, if you turn it to playable, then it will affect you. Obviously, my computer is pretty good, so this is based on my specs. I'll put the specs on the screen right now. I have tested it with other computers as well. They can run it, but they are a little bit slower. So, if your specs are better than mine, which they may be, you can do this easily. If not, just test it and see how it goes. You can always remove things a little bit down the line. So that's what I do with my leagues. I always load view only just so I can see it, and then the first team on playable. In terms of my player count, so this is the important bit. If you click this little thing here, you can obviously go small, medium and large. A lot of people will just click medium, a lot of people will click large. Obviously 16,000 is quite low for me, very low in fact. I mean, if you change these to playable, as you can see, it will start going up. But the way I get around this, I kind of go to advanced. So not a lot of people know about the advanced. And then what you do, you go to continents, just here. So I will select every single continent, like this. Press South America. So this is where you get all the players. Okay, so for example, the Europe one, if you're wanting to find the players from CF Dam, I will select all of these. Like that. Obviously, for my saves, I will select every single one, which usually around 140,000 players, 136, something like that. So let me just show you exactly how many players that will be. Let's go on all this. Let's click all these. So once they're all clicked, press OK. So 342,000 players. Obviously, it exceeds the limit, the recommended limit of 125,000, but to be honest, the stars don't really mean anything to me. My computer is good. I mean, I've done 9 seasons on my life save. I started to slow down a lot. It's not too bad though, to be honest. The save time takes about a minute now, which isn't that bad. The processing's fine throughout the season. It's just the July the 1st when all the players get released, January the 1st when players go to clubs. That's the only time it really slows down. So that is how I set my saves up. Obviously, if you haven't got a great computer, the best thing to do is, I see a lot of people go like this. So let me just get rid of these for you. So let me just start again and I'll show you how some people do it. So what we'll do, go on to Africa, Asia. I mean, you might not want players from Africa, so you can leave them out. Obviously, there's a lot of good regens coming from Africa. Like Oceania, you might not need that. But when I had a bit of a bad computer, what I used to do is I used to go current international players on every single one. I used to then click players from top division clubs, like this. And then I also used to select players with continental reputation. So that's what I used to click if I had a little bit of a better computer, which gave us 87,000 players, but it would load all the players from the good nations from every single nation, which is kind of what you want. So it's up to you how you do it. Like, personally, if you have got a good computer, I'd load every single one. Maybe try and do players with national on top of that as well, and see what that goes to, because that will help with regens. Definitely 97,000 players is a lot of players when you think about it, and you're going to get all them players from them clubs as well. In terms of if you are wanting every single club, you could also just click players based in nations, which will obviously give you the most players possible right here. Let's show you this. There's a lot of clicking, I'm afraid. So players of nationality and players based in nation. Let's try these ones. But like I say, mainly I will go for them, but this will load pretty much everybody up right here. So 342. I don't think actually loading these ones make any difference in that figure, you know. So if I tried to click all of these now, it would make no difference because I've already clicked based in that nation. So it's either, you know, you've seen what I've just done. So that is really how I start my save. Like I say, the save file will get to about 1 gigabyte in theory, about 8 years in. But like I say, just test it. If you want the most players, the best thing to go for, I'll show you again on the screen. Go to advanced, click all of these for continents. Obviously, you can get rid of Oceania if you don't want Oceania. But if you have got a good computer and you want as much as possible, please do try and click all of these and just test it. See how it goes, you know. It's not hurting anything. You can see how fast it is. Chances are the processing will be quite quick. It's usually the leagues that slow the processing down, not the players. The players only slow the game down on the 1st of July or any kind of transfer window that opens. That's really when it slows it down. Youth intakes sometimes slow it down as well, but it's only the leagues. Obviously, if I had an extremely good computer, I would have all these as playable as well. But you know, I like to keep the processing fast between games. Game days and stuff like that don't really affect it. Fixtures lists don't affect it. Like I say, the only thing that affects it is the players on the transfer windows. But this has been Jamie. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.